Finally, Mafia. The Old Country is out and players all around the world are diving back into the criminal underworld that made this series legendary. This game feels like a return to roots, but at the same time, it dares to push forward and show us a version of the franchise that is bigger, deeper, and more alive than ever before. When you step into the streets, you instantly notice how different everything feels. The atmosphere, the people, the small details. All of them remind you that you are in a living, breathing world built with care and passion. Compared to the earlier titles, this new chapter gives us more freedom and variety. The world is not only larger, but richer in design, filled with secrets, corners, and places to explore. In the past games, we were often guided through linear missions with limited options. But here, choices open up in surprising ways. Sometimes it feels like you are writing your own Mafia story instead of simply following one. The old games were classics. No doubt they had unforgettable characters and intense missions, but they were also restricted by the technology and design of their time. The Old Country feels like the team took those limitations and shattered them, creating something that pays respect to the past while embracing the present. The story is another strong point. It still carries that gritty heart of loyalty, betrayal, and family that defines the Mafia series, but the writing here feels sharper, and the characters feel more human. You see them struggle, you hear their doubts, you witness moments of warmth as well as cruelty. It is not only about the gunfights and car chases, it is about people caught in the storm of ambition, greed, and survival. Just like in the very first game, you feel the tension of climbing the ranks, but here the journey feels more complex and layered. Gunplay and combat also see huge improvements in older games. The shooting could feel stiff or clunky, but now the mechanics are smooth, responsive, and weighty. Every weapon has its own character, from the recoil of a shotgun to the rapid fire of a Tommy gun. It makes each encounter tense and exciting. Driving is another area where you see the difference. Cars are no longer just a way to move from point A to B, they are detailed machines with weight and handling. That changes depending on the vehicle. Chases feel cinematic, yet grounded, making you grip the controller tighter during high-speed pursuits. The old games like Mafia 2 gave us beautiful music and atmosphere, and that tradition continues, but here the soundtrack adapts to your actions, shifting between calm melodies and tense beats that make every moment feel like a movie. The sound of the city, from footsteps on wet cobblestones to the distant hum of neon lights, all add layers that draw you in more deeply than ever before. One of the most striking differences is how alive the world feels in earlier titles. The NPCs were mostly background noise, but now the citizens react to your presence, gossip about recent events, and create a sense that the city itself is a character. This attention to detail gives the game personality and keeps you immersed whether you are walking down a quiet alley or entering a crowded bar. Customization also sets this entry apart. The ability to shape your character gear and even aspects of gameplay allows each player to experience the story in their own way. Older titles offered a powerful narrative but little flexibility. Here you feel more ownership over your journey, and the decisions you make ripple through the world around you. Visually, the game is stunning. The old Mafia games were impressive in their time, but this one captures realism with breathtaking accuracy. The lighting, the weather effects, the architecture all look like they belong to a living painting. Rain-soaked streets shine under neon lights. Sunsets bathe the city in golden hues, and dark alleys hide shadows that make you uneasy. It is art meeting technology in the most perfect way. What truly makes Mafia the Old Country stand out is how it balances nostalgia with innovation. Longtime fans will recognize echoes of the past missions inspired by classic moments, locations that bring back memories and themes that honor the roots of the series, but everything is wrapped in a fresh layer that makes it feel modern and relevant. It is both a love letter to the old fans and an invitation for newcomers to experience the saga for the first time. In the end, Mafia. The Old Country is more than just another sequel. It is proof that this franchise still has the power to tell powerful stories, create unforgettable worlds, and keep players on the edge of their seats. Whether you are a veteran who has been around since the very first game, or someone jumping in for the first time, this chapter has something special for you. It reminds us why we fell in love with the Mafia series in the first place, and shows that even after all these years, there are still new stories to be told in the Old Country.